Hey loves, I'm checking in halfway through the year on my BL watching. How much I've watched, my favorite BL so far, my least favorite, what's still on my to be watched list, you get it. Answer along with me in the comments or even make a video, I'd love to watch. Let's get into it. Best BL you've watched so far in 2024. Only Boo is genuinely one of the best written and well executed shows I've ever seen. It's full of humor and life, with scenes so silly you can't help but be entertained. At its core, it has the most beautiful romance. I'll never get over the way Kang and Moo talk to each other. Every episode has quotes worthy of 6-star books. The angst is perfectly placed and never feels convoluted. The pacing is great, considering how much time it covers. No other series handles this much story this well. Some of you people think it was rushed at parts, maybe, objectively, sure, but almost every writing decision made in Only Boo was perfect to me. Plus, the entire soundtrack is on my repeat playlist, the songs are amazing. Only Boo is so good and so underrated, and I have no idea why. It's incredible and has a spot in BL's required watch list. If you're watching this video, you have to watch Only Boo, it's the rules. Love for Love's Sake is a close second and also in my required watch list. It felt revolutionary for KBL, with a refreshing concept and execution that makes you feel like you're playing the game yourself. The acting, emotional depth, and stunning cinematography make it the, well, I was gonna say best KBL of the year, but it's the only good KBL of the year. Hopefully the second half of 2024 does good things for Korean BL. It's rough out there. BL you haven't watched yet but want to. Honestly, there's not much I can answer for this. We know I watch almost anything, and if I haven't seen something yet, there's probably a reason and I likely won't. There's some GL I want to check out, maybe Dream. I definitely want to tune into Secret of Us, but as for BL, when I look at the 2024 list, I'm glad I haven't clicked on some of them. I've seen a few scenes from Love Sea and might watch it to give a review, but I can tell I probably won't like it. The dialogue is something. I still haven't finished The Sign even though I said I would. Maybe I'll go back to that. If you think there's something I should watch, convince me in the comments. Most anticipated BL for the second half of the year. If the pilot trailers were anything to go off of, tempo is going to be amazing. I have a lot of faith in this series, don't embarrass me. I'll be annoyed if people say this is GMMTV's first Title X non-famous BL set behind the scenes of the industry though. Watch Only Boo before this comes out so you don't look silly saying that, thank you. I don't know how much longer I can wait for Jack and Joker. Yin War is back, and we've missed them. This is going to be so fun, hopefully. Sometimes I rewatch the pilot trailer just to feel something. I don't know, I have a feeling Jack and Joker era is going to be an event. Again, don't embarrass me. Biggest disappointment. This could be a disappointing series, plotline, scene, anything. Cherry Magic Thailand. I know everyone loved this, but I couldn't get past like episode 8. Watching this series felt like a chore, and I was bored out of my mind. I couldn't believe how obsessed Twitter was every time I logged in when this was airing. It felt like we were watching two different shows. Tae knew were everything back in the day. How did we go from peak cow toxic greatness to this? Pai and Rock should have been cut, they annoyed me so much. The only part of Cherry Magic Thailand I liked was Jinta and Min. Jinta is a troll, Min is adorable, and their dynamic was ridiculous, but at least entertaining. I can't say that about anyone else in the show. I've read so many glowing reviews and just cannot relate at all. One scene that many raved about was that pinlight scene, with people writing paragraphs about its metaphor and symbolism, calling it the most beautiful and profound thing ever. Meanwhile, I had no thoughts while watching it, and even reading the reviews, I instantly forgot what they said because it made no damn sense. At the same time, I could write an hour-long video essay on why Only Boo is the greatest show of all time. We all like what we like, I guess. Cherry Magic Thailand just wasn't for me. Last Twilight, I'm not talking about it anymore. I made a whole video about how much the ending ruined the show for me. Worst case, it fell off at the end, I've ever seen. This is petty, but everyone likes to act like vice versa never existed and Last Twilight is the GMMTV series. Get out of my face. Vice versa is the real star. That just adds to why I don't like Last Twilight anymore. In terms of scenes, the first kiss in Mom D Good Day was also disappointing to me. The series built up a lot of tension leading to that moment, but because it happened in public and lacked emotion and intimacy, it lost its impact and just annoyed me. Biggest surprise, Again, surprising show, storyline, scene, whatever. I ranked We Are last in the GMMTV 2024 lineup, expecting it to be so boring and drawn out, enjoyable only for fans of the actors due to its lack of plot. I was right about the thin plot and unnecessary 16 episodes, but it's better than I thought. I love the portrayal of a big chaotic wholesome gay-ass friend group. I love that the show highlights friendship as being just as important as romance. I started watching for Tan Fong and Q Toy, but ended up kind of hating Q Toy and being the biggest fan of Poom Peem. Tan Fong is, of course, the best part of the show. We knew that. Woo Boom 2025 main leads please. Although it's kinda losing me toward the end, We Are is overall a much more pleasant and comforting watch than I expected. Unknown initially put me off due to the sort of brotherly storyline, but it's a well-written, raw, and emotional show. It features some of the best writing I've ever seen in a BL, taking you on a heartfelt journey with the characters. I laughed, I cried. It's much better than the summary suggests. You have to see it for yourself. Favorite side couple. You already know Tan Fong is my favorite, even though they are technically a side couple. They don't get as much screen time as Poom Peem and Q Toy. At this point, I consider Tan Fong and Chain Pum side couples, which is so frustrating. How can you have 16 episodes and not fully develop all your couples, despite appreciating what We Are tries to do, and being glad I watched it? If I ever rewatch, I'd want just the Tan Fong cut. They are actually part of the reason I don't love We Are. I would rather have a show about Tan Fong's full story, or at least more screen time. Come on, they are the only couple I have no issues with. Their pacing is great, every scene adds to the story, and their chemistry is the best. Woo is my second favorite male actor in GMMTV, and Boom is the most gorgeous man I've ever seen. Tan Fang can do no wrong. Balgam and In Ho from Boys Be Brave were such compelling characters. Their potential and storyline overshadowed the main couple for me. The only reason I consider rewatching the show is for them. Despite their limited screen time, they managed to capture my interest completely. I want more from them so bad, and that says something, considering I didn't even like the series they are from. Favorite new actors. They can be new to BL or new to you. I knew from the first time I watched Only Boo's pilot trailer that I would love this show, but I didn't expect to love everything about it as strongly as I do. Of course I love the actors that brought King and Moo to life. Keen are so talented and have great chemistry as a duo. I'm excited to follow their careers and see the amazing things they do. I need another series with them as main leads in 2025. None of that ensemble crap. We're following the Jimmy C path, not first cow. Newest fictional crush. Yo Yak from 1D Good Day. He's so fine. Look at him. I don't have to explain that. He may seem cool and tough, but he's really just a cute golden retriever coated bisexual man. He's actually loving and emotional and silly and wears his heart on his sleeve. He's perfect to me. Alpha from 23.5 is similar to Yak in a way. At first, she seems like a gorgeous cool older sister who has it all together, but she's actually dealing with a lot. Despite her struggles, she deeply cares about her loved ones, always trying to do the right thing, and is protective and kind and supportive, and she's funny on top of that. I had a huge crush on her throughout 23.5. If she didn't end up with me, she should have ended up with Cho Ron. New favorite character. I've never seen a character express themselves as well as Moo in anything ever. Moo is a refreshing change. He's open, free thinking and expressive. This is most evident in his crush on Kang, but it shows in all his interactions. He quickly bonds with Kang's mom, jokes with the school principal on his first day, and every day after, and holds his own with Tae, Shon, and even his own mother. He is also so reasonable with just the right amount of realistic teenage naivety. I just love him. Moo is Moo, and like Kang, I love him for who he is. BL that made you cry. If you didn't shed a tear at the I Want to Live With You wound scene in Love for Love's Sake, you might be the only one. When Nunga cries, you feel like crying too. His scenes are incredibly emotional. Nunga broke my heart. Both Nunga and Yoo-woon broke my heart throughout this show, but they also put it back together. BL that made you happy. Only Boo. Sorry for repeating the same show. I swear I'm done after this, but I'm obsessed. Every time I answer with Only Boo, I get so happy cause I get to go back in the Only Boo playlist. This show is my new comfort zone, and Sundays will never be the same. BL you enjoyed with mixed reviews. DFF, it doesn't just have mixed reviews. I'm part of the mixed reviews. Even months after watching, I don't know how I feel. I loved it up until around episode 7, but then the writing choices slowly stopped working for me. They didn't resolve things the way I wanted, making me question what I initially loved. There are things in the mixed reviews that make me become DFF's biggest defender, because some people don't understand certain things DFF was trying to do. For example, I'll always defend how they handled a character like this. He wasn't given a redemption arc, he was working towards redemption but couldn't achieve it. It was salvation, and his whole arc is an example of how strong this show could be. But then you have the teacher's story that somehow got messed up. The show didn't intend to romanticize his behavior, but some filming and writing choices failed to convey that. How did they do T's non-redemption so well, but couldn't pull off the teacher's story? And the entire final episode was horrible. But then I remember how much I appreciate the small details, like the posters in Non's room. That much thought put into things like that is so rare in BL. I have to give tens where tens are due. The plot twist in episode 6 was also genius, but the character development for P afterward wasn't what I expected or wanted. As you can see, my thoughts on DFF still don't make sense. I get why a lot of reviews I've seen for DFF are so mixed too. It's better than fine but not quite great, so I guess that means it's good. But I don't even want to say that, because some parts are so great and others are so bad. DFF will confuse me forever. Worst BL you've watched so far in 2024. I've gotten better at avoiding shows I think I won't like. There's probably been worse BL this year, but Jazz for 2 takes the cake for the worst one I've seen. The characters have no chemistry, and the writing and acting is terrible, but I did finish it. I couldn't even watch all of Cherry Magic Thailand. Sometimes being boring is a bigger crime, but I still wouldn't call Cherry Magic Thailand the worst. The title belongs to Jazz for 2, and I doubt anything else this year will take its worst BL crown. Those are all the questions I have to answer in today's video. Let me know if you watched any of these series, and please answer some of the questions below. I'll have them in the description. I'm interested to see everyone's responses. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye my loves.